Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, the internationally acclaimed Nigerian author behind celebrated works like Half of a Yellow Sun in Americanah, has long been admired for her fearless voice and powerful storytelling. But even for someone as gifted as Adichie, the journey of creativity has not always been smooth. Behind the global recognition and standing ovations, she has quietly endured battles with creative block and moments of deep depression. At one point in her career, after the immense success of her earlier novels, she found herself unable to write. The pressure of expectations, the weight of being labeled one of the most important voices of her generation, and the personal challenges in her own life combined to leave her staring at blank pages for months. Writing, which once flowed effortlessly, began to feel like a heavy burden. This period of silence made her question her talent, her place in the literary world, and even her purpose as a storyteller. Adichie has openly spoken about how grief and depression, especially after the loss of her father, deepened her creative struggles. She described feeling lost in a fog of sadness, unable to find the spark that had once fueled her novels. Yet, what makes her story remarkable is not just the pain, but how she fought her way back. Instead of forcing herself to write, she allowed herself to feel, to mourn, and to process the heaviness she carried. She leaned into journaling, not with the pressure of producing literature, but simply to keep words alive in her daily routine. Reading poetry and revisiting the works of writers who inspired her also became a lifeline, gently reminding her of the beauty of language when she felt detached from it. Over time, she embraced vulnerability rather than perfection. She began writing short essays, personal reflections, and speeches that allowed her to reconnect with her audience in more intimate ways. Through this process, she learned that creativity is not about constant productivity, it is about honesty, presence, and resilience. Adichie also leaned on her family, friendships, and her Nigerian roots, finding strength in conversations and memories that reconnected her to her identity outside of her fame. Slowly, the words returned, not as thunder, but as quiet streams that grew stronger each day. Today, Chimamanda stands not only as a literary icon, but also as a symbol of perseverance. Her story reminds us that even the most brilliant minds face darkness, and that writer's block and depression are not signs of weakness, but part of the human journey. By sharing her struggles, she has given countless other creatives permission to honor their own pauses, to nurture themselves in moments of despair, and to trust that inspiration will return. Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's fight through creative block and depression shows that healing and art often walk hand in hand, and that the greatest stories sometimes emerge after surviving the silence.